please God now in the budget next week, that they'll be thinking about the poorest people on the island. And that's where I hope to look after them.
I think there needs to be more investment in public transport. I think there's not enough buses on the road, and I've been delayed so many times coming into work.
And they're usually like too full in the morning so you even get on them.
Like I get the expresso bus from Bray and that's like nearly €4 every day. There's no smaller price, it's just a set like €4 every day. So it's nearly €8 my journey. Like I want to come to this good school in town and I want to travel from Bray, but it's so expensive for me, you know.
The successive governments have promised to ratify the UN Convention on Rights of People with Disabilities, so I'd like to see enough money put aside this time around that they can actually ratify it. It would make a huge difference to people that suffer with various disabilities.
What we're hoping to get is that they will reduce student fees by €250 in increments, the same way as they put them up throughout the austerity cuts.
If you're starting out work, the rent, like the price of it is literally just astronomical. Like people can't afford to do anything else bar pay rent, pay their living expenses, and that's about it for the month. Like people would be struggling to get by.
They have to lower the cost of housing, you know what I mean? People just can't afford it. Two people walking, say a garden and us, they can barely afford to pay the mortgage in that house.
We'd like to see the government go back on all those decisions they made during the hard times, to give students their rights again, to give us the right to education. You know, there shouldn't be financial barriers in front of it.
Like every year they say, oh, we're doing this and we're putting this in the budget and this is going to be done. Nothing's done. You can walk around town, see 20 homeless people every day. Outside my school there's one man that's been sitting there for the past 5 days. Nothing's done. They need help. There's charities out there helping. The Apollo House last year, incredible. That wasn't the government who did that. They really need to up their game.
The homeless, definitely, because there's so many of them. There are over 3,000 now, 3,040 I believe, and a hell of a lot of them are children, you know. And as I was saying, you're only a child for a very short time, you know, and they're growing up in this environment, you know what I mean, which is very bad.